All right, another nightmare, I guess, would be having data like this come in where in this situation, we were really expecting the first name and last name to come in together here with the last name first, with a comma, a space, and then the first name. But we didn't get that. We got two separate fields, and we want to kind of combine them. Over here, we're going to want to pull out the name, but leave behind the numbers. We don't need the numbers. We just want to have just the name and have that over here, all right? And then over here, what we want to do is have it where we can extract out the first four characters here, put that here, these guys over here, and then these guys for the vendor code, right? And have that, all the way down. So we're going to be using the left and the right and the mid functions for that, all right? And then I got some special stuff over here for you, but other than that, that's what we're going to be doing. So this is a pretty common situation that happens. So let's start out with this first one with the names. What we'd like to do is get the rows, comma, space, chip type of look for all of them, all right? So to start out with this, what we'll do is we will type in equal and type in CON for concatenate. Now we can either do concatenate or concat. Either one will do exactly the same thing. This one is going to go bye-bye pretty soon, and we're going to be left with this one here. So maybe I'll just use this one here for old time's sake. So we'll double-click that. All right, so concat. And we'll tell, first of all, that we would like to see rows. All right, so we do that, and then we put a comma in there. Now, we don't want to put in now B2, because then we'll end up just getting like rows chip. I want rows, comma, space, chip. So after the comma, in quotation marks, we will put a comma, space, quotation, say like that, and then a comma. So that's saying that we want rows, comma, space, and then we're going to say then we want chip, just like that. Enter that in. We take that, we copy it down. Pretty easy. Don't need that down there. All right. So that worked out good. Now for this next one, this one here, we're going to be using the mid function along with the find function. We're going to kind of nest them together. Them together are going to be able to pull just out the names and leave behind the numbers and the pound symbol. So to do this, we'll type in equal MI, and you'll see mid. We just double click that. And then we're going to reference that cell right there, F2, comma, and then 1, all right? So starting from the beginning, comma, and now we're going to do FI for find. So starting from the beginning of F2, I want to find the first occurrence of and what we have to do is we put a quotation mark in, space, and then a pound, and then a quotation mark. So the first occurrence of the space and then the pound, it knows to do everything up to that point. So it'll basically pull everything up to that point. All right, that's what it's saying. And it's doing that looking at, again, F2. So that we're referring to F2 again because that's for the find function, see? All right, and then a comma, and then a 1, and then 2 parentheses in there to balance it out, see? So that's it. So let's see what we get. We'll go ahead and hit the enter key. There they are. Look at that. There's the tigers, and then we'll go ahead and copy that all the way down. Now, because we've got that, we really don't need this in here, so that would be up to you if you wanted to delete that or not. But if you did delete that, you'd have to first of all convert that. I don't need that part there. We would convert this, into just text, right, using that value paste that we did before. But I'll just leave that alone. But that's what you could do, normally. Now, for this next thing here, I need to pull out, as I was saying before, the first column for here, the second column for here, and the third column for here. All right? So to do that, we're going to go over here to J2. We're going to type in equal LE, and there's your left. Go ahead and just double click that. And then we're going to do what? We're going to do this one right here. So from the left, comma, starting from the very left, give me the first 4 characters. I'm going to type in the number 4, close that off. See what he did there? Enter that in, and there we go. And then we go ahead and just double click that one. For the middle one here, for getting that in here, now that's going to be a little tricky, but here's what we do. We do an equal MI for mid, all right? And we're going to basically do it on this, all right? Comma. Now, starting from the left, we want to get to beta. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters in, comma, for the next 4 characters, and that's it. And we don't need to put the parenthesis in there. We can just close it off, or just hit the enter key. It'll close it off automatically. But there's your beta. Then we go ahead and we can copy that all the way down. And then for the vendor, that's going to be one here. This one's going to be using the right function, which is almost the same as the left function. So we'll do equal RI. There's right. We double click that. So starting from the right of this, so at the very far right of that, give me the first 5 characters. So we put in 5 in there, enter that in. There you go. We copy that down, and we're all set. All right, for the last thing here, this is way out there in left field or right field, however you want to look at it. Here we're going to be using the concatenate function to pull together a number of different fields of data here on each of the rows and pull them together to read almost as a sentence or a phrase. And what we're going to get, and I'm going to show you on the done version here, is something like this where, you know, Chip has sold 69 of the Tigers and it's number 684 beverages or something like that. And the same with the rest of them. And then we have another one where it says Chip on such and such date sold such and such. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in the formula, and I'll explain what the formula is doing. And if there's ever a time that you want to come up with something kind of fancy like this, to almost be like a statement, instead of it just being numbers, it could be like a phrase or a sentence, and it's you know, it's just a different way of looking at it. So as you can see here, so if this is of interest to you, that's what we're going to do now. If it's not of interest to you, stop the video, move on. Okay. So anyway, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the initial one here. So we're going to put that first one here. Okay. All right. So we would go ahead and type in the formula, and I'm going to type it in real fast, you guys. Okay. Boom. Look how fast that was, right? Now, I want you to see what this is about in order to get this, right? Concatenate. D2, which was the name. Sold, which is just the word sold, in quotation marks there. And then the product, that was M2. F2 was the number, right? And then H2 was the categories. That was all these fields over here, see? And it's just that first row to match up, right? Once you put that one in, all right, then you can actually take that and copy it. Ooh, I was going to say we can double click it, but there's nothing here, so it's not going to let us double click it. So we have to go ahead and just manually drag it down here to copy it. And there you go. That's pretty cool. This last one, through the magic of video, I'm going to go ahead and type that one in real fast. Whoa, look at that. Man, I can type fast. So in this case, we're still using the concatenate function, and we could also use the concat as well, just so you know. We brought in the name, but what makes this a unique one, and that's why I wanted to show this one to you as well, is that I want to bring in the date and I want to bring in the formatted dollar amount. Either one would not come in very well if it weren't for us using the text function here and referencing the cell that has the date in it, or the text function using referencing what has the dollar amount in it, which is this one right here in that case. And we're telling it that we want the date to look like this format. So you type in whatever format you want for your date. And over here, we're telling it that we want this to look like dollars and commas in the thousands. And that's how you do that. That's how you make that happen. And once you've put that one in there, then you can go ahead and copy that one down as well. And there you go. So I didn't really need to have to show you this. I just, you know, I probably wouldn't be doing my job unless I showed you maybe some off-the-wall ones. Not that you would never use these. You probably won't use them every day, obviously. But it's something that you guys can definitely kind of show off with. Maybe you're doing a presentation. You can have things like that up there. But the key is anytime that you're referencing formatted information, such as numbers and dates, you've got to bring in this text. And all it's basically saying is I want to take what's an A2, which is the date, and make it look like that. Or what's an O2 and make it look like that. That's all you're doing. All right? So hopefully you can maybe use some of this. If not, sorry, but I think the other stuff I showed you in the video, you definitely could use. So appreciate you watching the video.